Okay, well, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. This is Al Rodi, and this is 8 for 8. We're having some technical problems this morning, but we'll get this video recorded and put it up on live stream so you can watch it later. I humbly apologize for the technical difficulties. I think today we'll start looking for another venue to deliver this service. Anyway, it's a beautiful day in downtown Halifax, as it always is. It's a little bit overcast and a little bit breezy, and it's nice and warm. And I just planted all my sunflower seeds, which is amazing. Sorry, sunflower starter plants, and we got them in the ground and watered, and they're coming up nicely. And that feels really good. I dropped my son off this morning for a week of hockey camp, heaven forbid, quietly hoping that he doesn't embrace hockey over soccer. But it'll be his journey, and he'll choose to do whatever he wants to do, and I will support him in that, as will his mother. On the way back from dropping Shay off at hockey camp, I stopped off at Tim Hortons to get a coffee. And as I came out of the coffee shop, I'm walking back to my car, and I'm thinking about what is it that I want to talk about this morning, because I didn't really have a clear idea, as I often don't until I get on here. And as I'm walking across the parking lot at Tim Hortons, I stepped in a puddle that was filled with water. Now, that wouldn't be unusual under normal circumstances, except that the puddle was about 4 inches across, and it was the only puddle in the entire parking lot, and I stepped in it. And I thought, wow, you're not really paying much attention here. You walked right in the only puddle in the parking lot. You could easily have missed that. And then I realized that that was a message that said, you need to talk a little bit about noticing, about being aware, about being able to be functioning, but also being aware of what is happening in the moment. And I think that's really important as we go through our lives. I think a lot of times we spend thinking about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future without really focusing on what's going on right now. And when we're focusing on the past or focusing on the future, we tend to get ourselves in stress. Why is that? Well, because we don't really know. We can't really change the past. All we can do is look at it, find a way to look at it differently. We talk about this a lot in my EFT practice. You can't change the past, but you can change the way you look at the past. And you can't predict the future. I mean, as I walked across that parking lot, I stepped in that puddle. I didn't know I was going to step in that puddle. I didn't have any idea. I was thinking about 8 for 8. I wasn't really in the moment of walking across the parking lot. And so then I thought, well, we've got 42 bits of information coming to us every second that we are aware of. I'm watching for traffic. I'm coming out. I've got a hot coffee in my hand. I'm concerned about maybe getting it open and not spilling it on myself, and watching for traffic and looking around at who's walking by, and making sure I'm friendly and loving, of course. And I'm not thinking about the puddle, and I'm not noticing the puddle, and I stepped in the puddle. Well, we've got 11 million bits of information that we're not aware of. That's coming at us all the time. So first thing is that we need to give ourselves over to God. We need to ask for guidance. We need to ask for a loving, harmonious, safe, healthy, and happy going forward. And as we do that, and we allow our angels, or we allow our divine creator, spirit, source energy, whatever your word for it is, to guide us, then we know that we're going to be okay going into the future. And okay doesn't necessarily mean pain-free. Doesn't necessarily mean anger-free or guilt-free or shame-free. But what it means is, okay, we know that we're giving it over to God, and God is going to lead it, will lead us whatever direction we need to go anyway. So we don't really need to stress about what's going to happen there. We don't need to be afraid. We can be confident in the going forward. And as we are confident in the going forward in our lives, then we don't need to get tied up in worrying about what's going to happen. You say, oh, I wonder what's going to happen in the future. Oh, well, It'll take care of itself. God will guide the future exactly as it's meant to be, as it's meant to unfold. And so I give that over to God. I ask my angels to take care of me and protect me and to guide me in the right direction and to make the good decisions and to be kind and loving and grateful. Gratitude is huge. And then I move on with my life. And as I do that, I can be in the moment of what I'm doing now. So maybe I start to think about, oh, I had this argument with my friend yesterday, and I start to go over that and over that and over that. I'm not in the moment. I say, oh, I got into a little discussion with my friend yesterday. Isn't that interesting? I love and accept myself. I love and accept my friend. All that information and energy is perfect and was perfect in that moment. And it's perfect in this moment now too, so I don't have to focus on that. I can't change it anyway. I can just change the way I look at it. It's perfect. My friend is perfect. I am perfect. I just think I'm not perfect. So noticing, allowing the moment to be fulfilling, allowing the moment to bring you exactly what you need is really important. And probably likely, when we're in the moment, we're stepping in fewer puddles. We're causing ourselves less stress, less strain, less anxiety, less angst, as we're loving and accepting ourselves more and more in the moment. Then the future unfolds moment by moment by moment instead of getting all tensed up and worried and stressed about what's going to happen next. So that's the idea for today, to stay closer to your spirit, to work less and accomplish more. I don't mean that you do less. I mean that you work at things less. That as you're doing, you're enjoying, you're inspired, you're in the moment, you're paying attention to the moment and everything that's going on so that you can heighten your awareness perhaps and take the joy out of what's coming down, the perfection that's streaming to you 24/7. So tapping on the karate chop point, even though I forget to be in the moment, and we all do, I love and accept myself right now, right here, in this moment, today. I love and accept myself. Even though I often forget to be in the moment, I love and forgive myself deeply and completely. Even though I could be stressed out about the fact that this is not broadcasting right now, I choose to allow the moment to unfold perfectly and to take a lesson from it in loving and accepting myself as I do. Top of the head. I choose to be in the moment every moment, as many moments as I can be in the moment. Inside eye. I choose to be in the moment, in every moment that I can be. And when I start to stress and worry about the past or the future, and I will, I'll say, oh, isn't that interesting? I'm stressing about the past, or I'm worrying about the future. I choose to get back into this moment of loving and accepting myself, outside eye, loving and accepting what's happening in this moment, being one with the moment, being connected to the moment. I love and accept myself right here, right now, in this moment, day in, day out, day in and day out. Under the eye, I love and forgive myself deeply and completely for focusing on the past, worrying about the future. I notice that I'm in the moment, or I notice that I'm in the past, or I notice that I'm in the future. And whatever it is that I notice, I love and accept that notification, and I bring myself into the moment. I love and accept the notification when I notice that I'm living in the future, when I notice that I'm living in the past. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. When I notice that I'm living in the past or the future, I love and forgive myself deeply and completely and get back into the moment. I am in the moment right now, and this feels really good. I am in the moment right now, and it doesn't feel so good. It feels painful. Isn't that interesting? Oh well, it's painful. How do I feel just a little bit happier in this moment? My blood and chi are flowing smoothly. I'm filled with peace and joy. I'm free of pain and illness. I am blessed with good fortune. In this moment, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. In this moment. This is Al Rody. This has been 8 for 8. It's been a challenge, but that's in the past. And now we're in the moment and I feel amazing. So I hope you watch the video and I hope you'll forgive me for the technical difficulties. I have already forgiven myself. And I'll see you next week and perhaps we'll have things ironed out a little bit better. Have a great week. Stay closer to your higher power. Stay closer to source. Be in the moment. Work less, accomplish more. That's what we're here for. This has been 8 for 8, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Bye. Have a great week.